Photoelectric effect. When light of suitable frequency illuminates a metal surface, electrons are emitted from the metal surface. These photo-generated electrons or light-generated electrons are called photoelectrons, and the phenomenon is called photoelectric effect. It is found that certain metals like zinc, cadmium, magnesium, etc. responded only to ultraviolet light which have short focal length to cause photoelectric emission from the surface of the metal. However, some alkali metals like lithium, sodium, potassium, cesium, and rubidium were sensitive to visible light. Then let us know what is work function. A certain minimum amount of energy is required to be given to an electron to pull it out from the surface of the metal. This minimum energy required by an electron to escape from the metal surface is called the work function of the metal. It is generally denoted by phi naught and measured in electron volt. The work function of certain metals are given in this table, like the metal cesium having work function 2.14 electron volt. For potassium, the work function is 2.30 electron volt. Similarly, nickel have work function 5.15 electron volt, like this. Experimental study of photoelectric effect. Photoelectric effect experiment consists of an evacuated glass or quartz tube having a photosensitive plate C and another metal plate A. A transparent quartz window is sealed which permits UV radiation to pass through it. This is the experimental arrangement to study photoelectric effect. This is your evacuated glass or quartz tube having a photosensitive plate C. This is the photosensitive plate C, and another metal plate. You have another metal plate A. This is your transparent quartz window. You see in this figure, this is the transparent quartz window, and this is the source S. Light coming from the source S after passing through this quartz window falls on the photosensitive plate C. This transparent quartz window only permits UV radiation to pass through it. When electric field is applied through this battery. When electric field is applied, electrons are emitted by the plate C. If you give electric field here, then electrons will be emitted from this plate C and are collected by the plate A. The polarity of the plates C and A can be reversed by a commutator. This is the commutator by which you can change the polarity. You can make cathode. This is basically the cathode. You can make it either positive or negative. Similarly, you can change the anode terminal either positive or negative by means of this commutator. The potential difference between emitter and collector is measured by this voltmeter, which is connected in parallel, and the photo current is measured by means of this microammeter, which is connected in series. The intensity of light is varied by changing the distance of the light source from the emitter, and light of different frequencies can be used by putting appropriate colored filter or colored glass in the path of light falling on the emitter C. Now let us know what is the effect of intensity of light on photocurrent. For a given photosensitive material and frequency of incident radiation above the threshold frequency, the photoelectric current is directly proportional to the intensity of incident light. If you plot a graph taking intensity of light along x-axis and photoelectric current along y-axis, then it will be a straight line. You can see from this graph that the intensity of light varies linearly. The photoelectric current varies linearly with intensity of light. Then let us study the effect of potential on photoelectric current. This graph shows the variation of photocurrent with collector plate potential for different intensity of incident radiation. You see from this graph that the photoelectric current increases with increase in accelerating positive potential. If you increase the accelerating positive potential, then the photocurrent will increase, and the maximum value of photoelectric current is called the saturation current. So this is the saturation current. I1 is the saturation current, I2 is also the saturation current, I3 is also the saturation current. The photoelectric current decreases rapidly and drops to zero. You see in this figure how the photoelectric current decreases rapidly and falls to zero with increase in retarding potential. If you take the retarding potential, if you connect the cathode with a negative terminal of the battery and anode with the positive terminal of the battery, you will get accelerating potential. But if you connect cathode to negative, a positive, and anode to negative, then you will get a retarding potential. So if you increase the retarding potential, then you will see the photoelectric current decreases rapidly and drops to zero with increasing retarding potential. The minimum negative retarding potential V0 for which the photoelectric current stops or becomes zero is called the cutoff or stopping potential. You can mark a very important observation that the saturation current is proportional to the intensity of radiation. You see, the saturation current is proportional to the intensity of radiation, whereas the stopping potential is independent of its intensity. Stopping potential does not depend upon the intensity. So you should remember this important observation. For a given photosensitive material and frequency of incident radiation, saturation current is proportional to the intensity of the incident radiation, whereas the stopping potential is independent of its intensity. Now let us know what is the effect of frequency of incident radiation on stopping potential. Here it is plotted the variation of photoelectric current with a collector plate potential for different frequencies. From this figure, from this graph, it is clear that for a given photosensitive material, there exists a certain minimum cutoff frequency of the incident radiation called the threshold frequency. And below threshold frequency, no emission of photoelectrons takes place, no matter how intense the incident light is. And above threshold frequency, the stopping potential or the maximum kinetic energy of the emitted electrons increases linearly with the frequency of the incident radiation, but is independent of its intensity. From this graph you can see how the stopping potential depends upon the frequency. The stopping potential varies linearly with the incident frequency of the incident radiation, for a given metal. This is for the metal A and this is for the metal B. The most important thing in photoelectric effect is that photoelectric emission is an instantaneous process.